Hello and welcome. I am Scrubberlock, and this is City of Heroes on the Rebirth server. We are back with Tiger Shrike, our level 42 Stalker. I have waited the 3 days and auto-completed the mission from Madeline Casey that was given to me by Kadeo Kestrel. So if you didn't watch the last episode, what happened is it's a time sync mission. You come to him to get help for the story arc you're doing for her. She says, go to Kadeo, he'll know answers. He says, I don't have the answers yet, go kill 90 guys and come back to me. So I refused to do that. I hate those kind of missions, so I waited 3 days. I actually played Satisfactory. I've posted some of those videos already. I went back to Homecoming and did some soloing with my martial arts character and waited until I was able to just auto-complete this mission, so I don't have to waste time. And now we're back with Kadeo Castro, who will hopefully give us a real mission instead of a time sink. So, he says, Tiger Shrike, I must admit that I am deeply shaken. The mask you found contains fragments of human souls. I believe this is the key to the Carnival's strange power. They have mastered the ability to transfer souls, in whole or in part, into physical objects. I believe the mask contains a fragment of a soul of the Carnival's leader. By transferring portions of her soul to the mask, she is able to share her powers with her followers. It sounds like she's Voldemort making Horcruxes. Okay, of course this was probably done before. Well, I don't know. Yeah, this was probably done before Horcruxes were explained in this story arc, but I'm not sure. Harry Potter finished in '07. I think the sixth book came out in '05, if I'm not mistaken, and this was around '04, '05, so I don't know, but it sure sounds a lot like Horcruxes. Anyway, Madeline says, so the carnival puts Mistress grants her minions a portion of her power by putting a fragment of her soul into each mask. Interesting. And then she says, his recommendation that you take the carnival mask over to Penelope Inn. Perhaps she can communicate with the soul trapped in it. So now we have to go to Penelope Inn. And by the way, this is May of 2020, and it is the first anniversary of the Rebirth server. So they are doing an anniversary event right now, and we are on double XP, and over the weekend, in a few days, because it's Monday right now, they're going to give us triple XP. I'm not going to bother turning off the XP because I'm not trying to draw out this character's existence as long as I did with Silver Phoenix. When we get to the end, we get to the end, and I'll make up a new character. It's not that big of a deal. I'm not role-playing this character or anything like that. So now we've got to go to Penelope Yin, who is... I hate when you get hung up like that. Is over here in the hospital. And we talk to her, and she says there are fragments of a dozen souls in this mask. Most are mere shadows of souls, too small to have much substance. Come closer, and I'll let you speak to those souls. And then we talk to Madeline. And she says, so the carnival is supping on souls. Sweet, delicious souls, you know. Tiger Shrike, I really wish you'd quit giving me that look. Yes, something's going on with her. And then she says, so the soul of Nathan Crane believes it can lead you to a secret Midnight Squad library. I guess it's worth a shot. After all, if the carnival is really interested in the Sicilian stone, it can't hurt to learn more about it. Okay. So now we're going to go to Founders Falls. And finally, after all this running around, I think we get a mission. I don't mind talking to the NPCs. I mind when, in order to get the next line of dialogue, they make you go fight random enemies on the street. And not just a few. 45 Rikti it was, and 45 Carnival. In a zone where there's only a tiny region where the Carnival even spawn. And they share spawn points, I believe, with things like Nemesis and stuff. So, I don't know if this was the developers being, literally being jackasses and doing this to make people take longer to level or what. But it's, it's a far cry from, say, Atlas Park when they said go defeat 5 Hellions. Yeah, that's nothing. I don't mind that. But 45 Rikti and 45 Carnival. on a tiny little zone like Peregrine Island. Oh, gotta tell you, getting done with super speed cannot happen fast enough. I'm really starting to get fed up with that too. Okay. Now we finally get into a mission. It's been like 4 days since I've been able to do a normal mission with this character. Since I refused to do those street hunts in Peregrine Island. Alright, so now we're looking for tomes about the Sicilian Stone. I guess I gotta turn super speed off because I keep getting stuck. Is anybody even in here? Just one minion? It's a little strange. And of course it would be that my very first Assassin's Strike of the... Oh, there we go. Okay, that makes a little more sense. My very first Assassin's Strike back misses, of course. It couldn't be any other way, guys. Just couldn't. And there's the glowy. Okay, so that didn't have the tome, I guess. There's another one. Alright, I'll try to go a little more carefully and keep super speed on. No lieutenants, just minions. Yeah, as I mentioned, and this is going to probably be posted months, well, a good month after I started doing this. I've been playing the game Satisfactory, and I've been recording it and posting videos. And the oddest thing has started happening. It didn't happen with City of Heroes, I guess, because maybe nobody's doing searches for City of Heroes, and it's not as new and exciting a game, so people aren't as interested in watching Let's Plays as anyone who's paid any attention to my videos knows. I get very few views or comments. I mean, I almost get no comments, and I only get a handful of views per each video, which is fine. I'm not complaining about that. But all of a sudden, I started getting more views, and not a lot more views, but I started getting more comments, and I'm getting these weird comments from a handful of people who just say, "Nice content, want to be YouTube friends." And at first I was like, okay, I don't know anything about that, but then it kept happening. The same person multiple times, and several different people. And so I kind of Googled this, and I guess it turns out that these are, I don't know if they're bots, I think they are. And the idea is they just go to everybody's videos and make the comment, want to be YouTube friends, and hope to be, trick people into friending them back, and I guess with the idea of getting more subs, because they're just trying to up their sub count, I guess. I'm not interested in sub counts. I don't care, right? I don't do anything to promote this Let's Play. I just post it. If people want to watch it, they can. If they don't, I really don't care. You say, why are you making this video and narrating it? Well, I enjoy doing it. A few people seem to enjoy watching it. When Homecoming prohibited this and I was going to stop, several people said, gee, I'm sorry that you stopped. I liked watching them. So that made me want to keep doing it. But on top of that, I like doing it. It's interesting to do. And mostly I want videos recorded so that when, not if, because I'm certain this will happen in the not too distant future, within a year or two, when this game stops being available again on private servers, I want to be able to, if not play it, at least look back and reminisce and watch. And I've got tons of video for that now. I don't know that I need to keep doing this so much for that, but it's just been fun to do, so I'm enjoying it. Okay, this is enough with these two. Get knocked down. There we go. Where's the other glowy? There it is. I hear another one up here. Now, this is an odd room. I don't remember this one at all. The climb up here, I don't remember this door at all. How far have we gone in here? Oh my gosh, we have so much more to do. So there is the Madam of Mystery. Alright. I think we want to do instant healing. Get a little bit of luck to counteract their the fact that they debuff you. And it's good that we can knock her down. She won't be any challenge at all if that it remains true. There we go. Done. There's another glowy, and I don't see it. But I hear it. There it is. Okay. Yeah, the whole getting subs thing, you know, it's not my thing. I don't monetize the channel. I sure as heck hope there aren't any ads. I don't have, if there are, I have no control over it, guys. I don't get any money. It's not, you know, I'm not trying to make any money on the channel. I hate YouTube ads, and to the degree possible, I have them turned off. If they're still playing, it's YouTube doing it, not me. Come on. I'm not interested in upping my sub count or any of that. I mean, it's very nice when someone subscribes. It's very nice when they leave comments, and I do appreciate that. But that's not why I'm doing this, right? I'm not trying to get comments. So, yeah, I understand. You know, some people want those comments. I've taken to watching this YouTube channel of somebody who does like restorations of antique things. It's bizarrely hypnotic watching this guy do this. He makes really good videos. The guy has like 1.5 million subs, and he'll do things like restore an old file or an old wrench and get like 2.5 million views. And I don't know why so many people watch it. You know, and obviously somebody like that can monetize his channel, and that's nothing wrong with that. But it's never really been my goal to do that. Alright, I'm just enjoying City of Heroes, and maybe, you know, convince the occasional person to try it because it's a cool game. If I could, that'd be great. But, you know, it's my main purpose is just to record the game and play it for fun, and then have the recordings so that in future years, when the game doesn't exist anymore, I can log into YouTube and watch the recordings. And beyond that, as well, one point I will make is, because I don't necessarily trust YouTube keeping these videos forever, most of them are just on YouTube, but a whole bunch of the ones from Silver Phoenix I actually have on my hard drive. Didn't keep them all, right? Because there's like, I don't know, 200 of them or something. But I kept about 40% of them so that if I want to rewatch Silver Phoenix's entire run from level 1 to level 50 and beyond, I can watch it and relive those wonderful moments that when I was playing my favorite kind of character in my favorite MMO, martial arts super reflex scrapper in City of Heroes. Okay, so I forgot somebody somewhere, or missed somebody. I have no idea. So this is going to be one of these missions again, guys, where I missed somebody somewhere and I've got to run through every pixel of the map to find them. I have no idea who I missed. I'm continuously hitting tab. Did I miss somebody in here? No. Alright, let's head back out. I thought I might have passed somebody in one of these hallways and forgotten to go back to them, but I don't see anybody. Alright guys, I'm going to pause it. I'll bring you back when I find the target. Okay, so I missed this lieutenant right here. Minimally, there may be somebody else I've missed, we'll see. Nope, that was it. Okay, so we've completed that mission. And out we go. Now we will contact Madeline and see what she says. She says, "Good work getting those tomes, Tiger Shrike. It sounds like you snagged them right from under the Carnival of Shadows. We might have to enlist Hideo Kestrel again. Maybe his practiced eye can tell us what the Carnival is so interested in. You see the face of the Madam of Mystery again? That's odd." So, she says, "I'd like you to take these tomes to Hideo Kestrel. And what are the odds, guys? What are the odds he's going to have me go fight 45 Carnival and 45 Richte while he's translating the tomes? In which case, I'm going to stop for 3 days again. I'm not doing those missions. I wish there was a way you could just tick a box and turn them off. By the way, we're getting double XP and double influence, apparently. So they were smart enough not to just up the XP the way Homecoming used to. They're also upping influence. He says, "Thank you, my friend. You know the Sicilian stone was once used to imprison the soul of a duke who wore the stone upon his breast. The stone gradually sucked the man's soul until he had nothing left. It's been lost for years, of course, but perhaps the Carnival knows where to find it." And so Madeline says, job well done, Tiger Shrike. I am sure Hideo will be able to tell us more about the Carnival's motives in short order. You might as well save some of those pesky citizens you love so much. I'll be here waiting when you get back." Okay? And then she says, "Hideo Kestrel just called. He's finished studying those books on the Sicilian stone and wants you to talk to him." Well, that's useful. We're right here. And see, this to me is an example of he could have just told me this, right? Making me click off him, click onto her, and then click back to him. Why? I love this game, but sometimes, like, seriously, why couldn't he just give me this wall of text the first time? He says, I have grave news for you, my friend. When you battled the Carnival at that library, they weren't researching the Sicilian stone. They were simply trying to keep you from learning about it. You see, they already knew where the stone was. Do you remember the pendant the Carnival stole from Madeline Casey? It was the Sicilian stone. By the time you recovered it, the Carnival had already empowered the stone. When Madeline Casey put it on, she began to gain access to the Carnival's memories, but none of us realized that the exchange was not one way. Every time Madeline Casey remembers something else, a portion of her soul is sucked into the stone. Then it is the Carnival's to command. If we don't restore her quickly, it'll forever belong to the Carnival. So now we have to find herbs to help Madeline Casey, I guess. And let's see. This is about 19 minutes, so this will be our final mission of this episode. So we're on patrol XP and double XP, so I don't know what effect that has. A lot. And we're going to be getting tons and tons of experience in the next few missions. So this episode and the next, I guess. And I don't know if I even want to play next weekend on triple XP, because it's just too much. Alright, so we need to find the herbs. And now we're fighting Devouring Earth, is that the case? Alright. I'm surprised that Razorvine did not aggro to me, or whatever he is. Death Blossom. I continue to think that the sounds the Devouring Earth make, which are like werewolves, and sometimes it sounds like humans going, "Ugh," just don't... Yeah, right there, werewolf. It just doesn't seem... It just seems so incongruous to their appearance. I just feel like there should have been a different sound for them. And I could swear that there was a different sound to them. Initially, at least, during live. Maybe not later, but... When the game first came out, I don't think they sounded like werewolves. It just seems so incongruous to me, and I just don't think it was that way. But I don't remember what they sounded like exactly. But yeah, I'm very glad to have focused accuracy now. It means jerks like this will be easier to hit, right? Because we're at 1.2% accuracy instead of 1.0. We're still missing a lot, but it's better than it was. These tunnels are bizarre, right? They're like really long. Whoops. They're like really long and straight. And they don't like turn much, which is kind of unusual for the tunnels. I'm just going to go ahead and leave focused accuracy on, since so many of the Devouring Earth have dodge, or deflection, whatever you want to call it. Bedrock, or boulder and sardonyx. I do love that knockdown. So I have all the extra, by the way, all the extra endurances because of the Carnival of Shadows, so it's not really necessary with the Devouring Earth, but it's fine. You know, the Devouring Earth don't drain your endurance whenever they die the way the Carnival do. And so I was running out of endurance big time with the Carnival, so I just started carrying a lot more endurance. we're probably going to need to carry a lot of endurance against the Malta as well. Although maybe not as much, right? Because the Malta gets you with their sappers, but as a Stalker, I'm going to be able to walk into any spawn, find the sapper, and one-shot him. So, unless there are multiple sappers in a spawn, which there usually aren't, there almost never are. In fact, I don't think there ever are in a solo mission if you're set on ×1 players. We really should not have any issues with endurance against the Malta. And it is so nice now that I finally have the first 2 attacks we got, Strike and Slash, fully enhanced. It is so nice to be able to use them and have them actually do something. Which they weren't doing before. So what do you think, guys? I think we may be getting close to being ready to move this up to +3. I mean, now that we have focused accuracy, and I can run it pretty consistently. Then again, you go through these miss streaks like this where you miss 5 times in a row, even with focus accuracy on, and you start to think, do I really want to fight +4s? Which is what's going to happen in +3 missions. So, I don't know. Yeah, look at this map. This is all going straight out this way. That is a weird map. They didn't make many of them like that. How many times am I actually going to miss with Assassin Strike while focused accuracy and build-up are running? Like, seriously. Yeah, that still freaks me out, the werewolf howl from the boulders. Oh, there's another one. I didn't even see him. Don't need these greens. I gotta tell you, running with no greens has been absolutely fine with this character through, I think, 2 levels now. I think, didn't we start it, or maybe 3. We started either on 39 or 40, I think. I think we went all the way through 40 and 41. We've got a lot, and I haven't needed heals, so I just don't even take them anymore. Yeah, we're actually doing respectable damage with Strike and Slash now. Not super respectable against the Death Blossom because he's got resistance, but in general, respectable. We don't need that. Break free. Come on. I hate when it does that. And I got other people on my supergroup to say, yeah, this happens to them, but nobody knows why. And it happens on Homecoming as well as this server. And to use my friend Ray's analogy, or whatever, the way she calls it, she says, I have to cast it twice. A lot of the time. To get it to fire. Like, but why? Why should it be that way? I don't know. I mean, there's literally no other power that I regularly have to click twice to get it to activate. Now, I know that it's an interruptible power, but under normal circumstances, and this is what Ray and I were talking about, under normal circumstances, when Assassin's Strike gets interrupted, the word interrupted appears as a floating text above your head. And this is not happening. We're not getting floating text. I could have sworn I heard a glowy. But I guess not. There's a guy here, though. See? Oh, I moved and it didn't even interrupt. I was going to say, watch it interrupt, but it didn't. I mean, sometimes I do move and, like, accidentally click it right before I finish moving, and then it interrupts, and it should interrupt. It's an interruptible attack. But when you're just standing there and not moving, and you click it, and it does the animation and then just stops, I don't understand why it does that. There's the glowy. Alright, well, he's gonna see me, so I may as well assassinate him. Yeah, guys, I think we need to move this up to +3s. But first, let's grab this glowy. I thought we were looking for herbs. Why are we looking in a skeleton? Strange herb found only in the bones of the unburied dead is bright purple in color. Okay. It's some sort of a death herb. This is a weird story arc, guys. Take the herb to Cadeo Kestrel. Whenever I see his name, I think of the villain Kestrel from the Hawk and Dove comics in the 1980s and late 80s, early 90s. Vicious, violent, terrifyingly dangerous villain, really cool villain. Sort of Hawk's nemesis in Hawk and Dove. Very cool. It's a great series if you ever get a chance to read it. They did put a trade paperback out about the miniseries. It's done by Barbara and Carl Kessel. Really good series. If you ever get a chance, I highly recommend it. He says, thank you, Tiger Shrike. Madeline Casey's soul. As Madeline Casey's soul is drawn into the Sicilian stone, it comes more and more under the Carnival's command. Madam of Mystery you faced 3 times. She's none other than the psychic projection of Madeline Casey's soul. In order to restore the soul to its proper owner, you must rip apart the psychic projection. No, not just physically. You must rip apart it on a psychic level. With the herb you have brought me, I will mix a draft that will give you the power to do so. Come back and see me shortly. And then we're going to call Madeline. And is she going to answer me? You and Cadeo have your little joke, but it's not very nice to leave your own contact out of the loop. I'm your best chance in dealing with the Carnival's shadow. Why won't you talk to me? Well, that's because you have been corrupted, honey. Alright, we're going to continue this story arc. We're probably coming toward the end of it, but before we do that, I'm going to take a break, and I'll be back with another episode of City of Heroes in the near future. Until then, I am Scarpalock, and this is City of Heroes Rebirth.